Welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Aiden, our local nerd survivor and zombie slayer, has finally broken free of the prison of his work-from-home environment. Equipped with a face mask, he happily wades into the unclean hordes to accomplish a goal he's had for weeks: to go shopping. Aiden was able to clean all of his equipment yesterday, which is an amazing first step, but it's only a first step. Over the night, he has marked out the locations of all the places nearby he would like to visit. And looking around and, scanning over a city map, it is quite a few locations. There's quite a few things that are very close by that are going to be very useful. And they're all useful for different reasons. So there's no, priority, at least in my mind, of what we need to visit first. But I am kind of looking at a cross-section of what we want to visit combined with where are the zombie hordes. There seems to be more hordes to the north right now than there are to the south, so we may head towards these southern locations first. And that's probably going to be the thing that Aiden wants to do the most right now. He's always been excited by the prospect of being out in the apocalypse, by being in a zombie invasion. Something that would terrify other people is simply just kind of amazing as far as he's concerned. So finally, now that we're strong enough, he is ecstatic to go exploring. I do hear some noises downstairs. Okay, there's a shady zombie on the bottom floor. That's very easily dealt with. I actually want to try Premonition. That did nothing. I don't know what it's doing. Supposedly, what it's supposed to do is we'll be able to see zombies through walls and such before they actually get up on top of us. But the range on Premonition might just be too short at this point. I don't know. It doesn't really tell me a range. But the first location that we have marked that is within reach of us is going to be this library down south. So we're going to head through the houses here. Ooh, we saw a zombie brute. We need to keep an eye on that. Where is it? It is off to our west, a significant distance. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, there is a small horde toward northwest. That's a horde that we're going to have to worry about, especially because this feral human, this cunning feral over here, have actually seen us somehow. Their view distance is pretty incredible. There's definitely a zombie hunter really close by coming for us. So I think because of that zombie hunter, we are going to back into this building very quickly and let it come. We're going to step up, push it. It did manage to get a bite off on us, but nothing serious. And immediately take it down. Oh yeah, that feral human definitely came around the corner. It's going to start trying to throw rocks at us. So we're going to back off into the darkness here. And I want to kind of lure it into the darkness here. Oh, perfect. One hit, 28 damage, straight to the face. Beautifully done, Aiden. Beautifully done. As a feral, we do need to pulp down their corpse. Considering we are in a hopeless world, the no hope mod does make it so that whenever it comes to something that's already been zombified, like this hazmat zombie, we do not have to pulp down those corpses, but we will have to pulp down the corpses of anything that was alive before we slayed it. So, ferals, for example, dinosaurs, animals. It looks like this house is pretty thoroughly destroyed. There is a downs... Nope, that's an upstairs. We'll check the upstairs. We do want to kind of check these a little carefully. I want to try and move through the shadows whenever possible, because things are going to be seeing me from a fairly long distance while I'm checking upstairs here. And I don't want to draw a whole bunch of things to me. The horde that came through here really did just kind of level a lot of the buildings around here. We can actually peek down. Oh, there you go. So we sense creatures here. That's what Premonition is doing for us. So there used to be stairs here, but now there's just a hole in the ground and open air. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to mark that house as explored. We haven't fully explored that house, for sure, but we haven't explored it as much as we want to. We stepped through a window, and Aiden, in his excitement and enthusiasm to explore, stepped through a little too fast. We found a wretched hatchery, lethargically resting on its back, this hideous mass of sagging flesh and writhing organs, which used to be a child, twitches feebly as its midsection churns, almost bursting from its skin. The child's ribcages arc outward, forming a hive-like construct covered in severely stretched epidermis. Through the wretched organism's taut and abdominal flesh, you witness small forms swarming within its ribcage, its guts roiling as new beings are sculpted from pilfered flesh and bone. The creature's limbs rest haphazardly on the ground, contorted in ways that suggest the absence of bones or any interior construct. A horrible creature, for sure. Essentially a person who has been transformed into a birthing pod for flesh raptors. Aiden is almost sickened as much as he is fascinated by the alien ways that things are transformed, as he holds out one hand cautiously and presses on it, sending it backwards, putting it out of its misery. Same with he avoids the word child. On a certain level, as shocking as that was to find so immediately as upon entering, it actually was a great thing to find in that way, because farther away it would have been a problem. And we were walking south, and a batwing zombie literally jumped through the window and landed on our spear. Okay, usually these duplexes are they're annoying to search, and they're usually useless. I've even heard other Cataclysm players speaking about how they kind of just hate the building. We found a pupating zombie crawler and a small zombie kind of just bashing a door in the back here, as they definitely needed to go down. Another one of those wretched hatcheries. I don't like that at all. And a couple zombies and a SWAT zombie. I think we are actually going to back up into the door here. They're going to trip and fall over all of this stuff, and as soon as they grab us like that, I think actually we are going to catch our breath for a moment. Take that zombie down. This guy's bleeding very badly. We finally do take him down. I will say that the spear, as good as it is at taking swings at something from a distance, once we get in melee with something, it is quite bad. It has been suggested to us that we might want to try a pipe staff, and to be honest, I am thinking that might not have been a bad idea, especially because Aiden is just not that strong in melee yet. The distance that the spear lets us have, though, is uniquely useful for Aiden and his ability to shove people backwards, to control the tide of battle, as it were. Oh, it actually looks like this library might be maybe in one piece. I just saw the bottom side there. Maybe it's not in one piece. Okay, we're actually going to head into the clothing store first, though, because I don't know how much darkness we have. Or send that one flying backwards. Try and do a little bit of damage to this one before sending that one from the darkness as well. And as D9 actually just jumped out as shit. Trying to catch our breath in the darkness here, and zombies are literally just coming out of the woodworks at us. But we do manage to take them all down fairly easily. Not much to speak of there. Took a few hits. Nothing too big. Again, our arms seem to be taking the brunt of the blow. I don't think there's anything interesting or useful for us here in... Well, I say that. There is an electric spin wheel. It's a device for spinning thread or yarn from fibers. Particular model is electrically powered and easily portable. I mean, it is... You say easily portable, but it's also freaking 12 pounds. I think instead of taking it, we're going to mark it. There are certain things that that's useful for, like making ropes and such. So it might be good to come back for later. We're more interested in this library right now. It was the first of the things that we had marked. So the thing that we want to do here is, because searching libraries is a pain in the butt, we're going to put on the dinar, of course, but we're also going to put on manual. It'll be C manual. So that'll tell us where all of the manuals are. And books are kind of heavy. So what I want to do is I want to step into the darkness here. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at all of this information. We don't need that many copies of Popular Mechanics, and we're going to run out of charge. And it's going to take us 2.5 hours? Oh, okay. And while we were taking pictures of books, a lot of things have come in to find us. He should be able to defend this library fairly well, though, as long as there's kind of a lot of exits here. So I'm kind of hoping that we should be able to defend this place pretty well here. Okay, let's do this one at a time then, maybe. So welding and metallurgy is one of the most important ones that we will care about. It'll take us 35 minutes. We get it done easily. Under the hood is pretty important to us as well. We also want popular mechanics. Under hood's only 7 minutes. Popular mechanics is going to be useful. That's only a minute. Let's see about so what. Physical chemistry. That's 28 minutes. Some giant cockroaches. Seems like they didn't care about us too much, though. Is that making noise? Is that why they're getting attracted to me? What's going on here? They shouldn't be getting attracted to me, right? I don't feel like I'm making noise scanning the books, but they're actually being attracted to me from outside. That's strange. I don't like that grappler zombie. The main reason I don't like it is because there are other zombies behind it. Maybe the grappler zombie just smelled Aiden from outside. He's perfectly fine with taking a fight here. As the grappler zombie grabs us, pulls us through the window almost instantaneously, we are going to take a step back, shove it, and take it down. Do we have a... Oh, do you know what we can do? We can unload our flashlight and then reload the battery from the flashlight into the archive, which gives us 300 battery power to play with. Okay, let's take out the other zombies that have found us here, just very quickly. Step into here and finish scanning books. I don't know how much I care about these last 2 books, but they might have recipes in them. It's hard to say if these are being attracted to me or if they're kind of just wandering through, because they're getting pretty close, but they're not coming straight towards us. Is there anything else here that we care about grabbing? I mean, there's advanced electronics. This has already been a incredibly valuable library for us. We spotted a feral zombie soldier, but he didn't spot us. So maybe maybe they're not being attracted to us. Maybe I am mistaken. 2 chemistry books. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Very happy to find that one. Okay, now that it's nighttime, we are going to stop concentrating on that, and we're going to concentrate on night eyes instead, so that we can see. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Glad we have it going. Just to the south of us is a Zool zombie. This 4-legged armored dinosaur corpse has horns on its head and large spikes in rows along its back and side. Its eyes ooze black putrid tears. Okay, we're gonna find the last few books that we haven't grabbed yet, which are both on this bookshelf, and we're going to get out of here because that thing, that is going to literally, that Ankylosaurus zombie is going to literally bust down the wall to get to us here. We're just going to grab these. Oh, there's a Crafty Crafter's Quarterly as well. Hold on. Wait, do we already have one? I think there was 2 there. There was 2 there. Okay, is there anything else that we care about? I don't see anything else. Despite this place being really wrecked, it still had a shit ton of books in it. It's really nice. We really, really do not want to get involved with that. We will probably be able to push it away, worst case scenario, but I don't think we want to be involved in that in the first place. Okay, so we're going to move to the west here, and as much as I loathe moving around at night, I think we're going to do it just for now. And we did just find a barricaded grocery store. Ooh, and there's a back room here. We should be able to use our paladin bar. Pry open this back room and close it. And we should be able to rest here for tonight. Maybe read some of our stored books. Aiden is a little cautious to stay out away from his safe home for the night. But backtracking all the way back to our house now at night would be probably more dangerous than staying here. We don't really have a lot of things that we can use to sleep on. We should be able to at least get some stuff done. Maybe read some books overnight here. If we could get our science up higher, that'd be really something that we would care about a lot. It seems like we did get a bunch of applied science books, but we need more science in order to be able to understand them, which is kind of ironic there. Electronics is going to be also pretty useful for us, and computers, because, well, as there are bionics inside of us, Aiden has a rapt fascination with potentially finding more bionics in the future. And having a better understanding of computers and electronics is going to give us a better understanding of what we're looking at, and possibly even learning the medicine and ability and psionics and all of that stuff necessary, because the psionics might be able to help us survive the process of installing them ourselves. Well, it would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? We did sort of just read through the night. We didn't sleep, so we do need to be careful about that, because we'll want to sleep tomorrow night for sure. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. We're not too tired, and we're actually doing pretty good on food and water. Where do we want to go here from here? We definitely want to go southwards. The garage, actually didn't even mark that, but the garage is pretty useful too. We could find some pretty interesting tools there. I'm going to use premonition again. Has it leveled up? It has leveled up. We don't see any markers of anything on the exact opposite side of this door, so I'm going to try prying it open. I don't see that Zool zombie anymore. I think this would be the electronics store, and then this would be the garage. Pry open this door, immediately go in. This should be the garage, right? What is this? Hydraulic press, if you want to really squash something a lot. I'm sure that's also a very useful tool. Aluminum welding wire. That's a lot of welding wire too. Let's open all these crates real quick. There's a welding tank. That's... Okay, so we're just gonna... Welding supplies. Maybe find a cart or something that Aiden can bring back to grab all of this. I was kind of hoping that we could find a lot of the basic tools to repair a car, because that would be a pretty interesting project for us. Kind of just work on a car once we actually find one that's in halfway decent condition. There's a good chance that finding the Exodia is going to require a very, very long trip. So I kind of want to be prepared for the possibility that we have to travel across a huge portion of the map. They could be just outside of town. They could be 6 towns over. Looking forward to that discovery. Okay, we're gonna... Can we pry open this metal door? No, because it's open. One of those moments in life. Okay, so there's a light bulb, some RAM, signal receiver, copper wire. 200 copper wire is hard to pass up, and some nuts and bolts. This is why I like electronic stores. They often just have a bunch of really small, useful things in them. And sometimes, every once in a while, you find something really good. An electric forge. Electric metalworking forge powered by electric grid. With the right tools, you can use this for metalworking. Ooh, how heavy is it? It is 22 pounds. I think that is too good to not take. We also found a vacuum sealer, a portable heat sealer of an air pump used for vacuum packing food. Can we take that? We can. Just barely. The electric forge, with the fact that we already have a power grid set up, or at least started. We'll say started. It's not a great power grid. I actually want to get more batteries on it so that it lasts a little bit longer, because the battery we got for it is basically the smallest car battery you could possibly equip to an electric grid. But with how it's already started, we're going to be doing quite good for ourselves. I don't think we have enough room to carry anything back, but I do very carefully want to try to move back towards our place and drop off what we have here. There is a zombie brute right there. Does it see me? It doesn't. This door is locked. That's unfortunate. Can we pry it open in time? Ooh, hey. Ooh, a tailor's kit. I was about to get excited for the thread, but then we found the tailor's kit. What's a curved needle for? It has a unique quality I've never seen before. I should have known that checking the back parts of this area would have gotten me something more interesting. Okay, so there is something right there. I don't know what it is, though. Zombie brutes off in the distance. Looks like it was a normal zombie. It crawled across the display case at Aiden, and he just took that opportunity of its slowness to blast it backwards. Do we have enough room to grab the electric spin wheel? We don't. But we did manage to get a bunch more useful tools. That zombie brute's basically at full HP. I don't like that. We're going to start moving across here. Wretched Hatchery probably sees us. This tough zombie definitely sees us. Take a few swings at it. Take down the tough, because the tough was actually keeping up with us. We want to get our stamina back, because we do run faster with the higher stamina. And just kind of move through the wreckage of these buildings so that we break line of sight with anything that was following us. And, very easily move back. This really does tell me that the horde that has been hanging around the base of Aiden's building has been largely cleared out. Okay, let's drop off some tools and head right back out. We got the electric forge set up and connected to the power grid. I actually was able to connect it to the standing lamp and use the cord from the electric forge. It does mean that we boarded up this door because I wanted a place to put it. It's not the longest term answer. It's at least something. Eventually, we might want to actually like knock out some walls here and knock out a lot of interior walls so that we have more room to work. Considering this is an actual workbench, we kind of want to leave this room as, you know, an actual working space. I probably could have set up the electric forge here. Is it still plugged in? So the way I've been checking to see if it's plugged in, because it's kind of hard to tell, is I've been going to a recipe that requires a forge, like a chunk of bronze, and see that it in fact does have charges. It does look like the power grid is, even with a thing plugged in during the daytime, it's still getting plus 28 watts. We do want more solar panels and more batteries because as it stands, this one battery is not really enough to do anything there. The other thing we want to do is we actually want to build a wooden frame. What do we need for that? We need 5 more planks. The reason for that being that if we build a wooden frame, we can set up a battery box charger outside here and start recharging our batteries that we find. So let me get some planks real quick. I'm going to deconstruct a bunch of stuff. Okay, looks like that was enough. So we're going to go ahead and build a wooden frame. And from that, we're going to be building something. I always forget the name of it, but I think it's called a bat box charger. I always just look for battery. And then, yeah, disconnected box battery charger. There we go. And with this, we will be able to place batteries, and you can just use the drop menu. We can place batteries down into this and connect it up to the grid. Go ahead and wield that. And we will, I think we have to place this down with, yeah, we place battery charger. And a zombie just saw us outside. Well, that's actually very unfortunate. It had a model a moment ago. That was a really pretty model. And then the placed box battery charger doesn't have a model. And then we can plug it into there. So they are connected. And we should be able to drop batteries into it. So let's try a light battery and turn it on. And it is drawing power now. Let's wait 5 minutes real quick just to make sure it's working. Yep, 8 out of 100 instead of whatever it was at just a moment ago. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That combined with the tailor's kit and the electric forge that we've gotten is a pretty significant upgrade to our house that we've just managed to do, to be honest. Like, I'm really happy with that. While we're doing some base building, one thing I did want to address is a suggestion that a lot of people have come at me with, and I will tell you, it is a good suggestion. However, it's also something we're not going to do. A lot of people have suggested putting either our backpack or a garbage bag or something in our lifting field, and the only reason I'm not doing that is because it is actually a thing you can fully do on this version, and it's something that there's really no reason why you shouldn't do on this version. But I do know that immediately after this version of Cataclysm, the people who make Mind Over Matter have actually balanced that out because they thought it was incredibly powerful. Because what ends up happening is that you have a bag in a space that has essentially unlimited lifting. And I kind of agree with them that it is incredibly powerful. It's the only reason I'm not using it. It's kind of like a self-imposed rule, and if you're going to be playing with 0.H stable, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. But it's a self-imposed rule that I'm not going to put bags in my lifting field. Also, I kind of like the mental image of kind of that wuxia, cultivator image of a weapon floating over top of the shoulder of my character. It's a little bit better mental image for Aiden than a garbage bag floating over top of the shoulder of my character. But I do appreciate the suggestions. I actually appreciate all of the suggestions you guys give me. You guys should give me more suggestions, and especially give me base building suggestions. keep them coming. Seriously, keep them coming. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I actually am worried about how tired I am. So we are going to do some minor things around the house here, and then we will head back out shortly after tomorrow morning. So it's not going to be a proper montage, but we're going to do a handful of things around the house, and I'll check in with you as things get done. As we were lockpicking, I heard that it started raining. If you listen carefully. Yeah. So we're going to head up to the roof super quick, and we're going to check on my construction here, make sure that it's working. Steel drum, 13 water hidden. Very nice. Now, we don't need the sheet metal here. I don't know how that ended up here. This should fill up in time with everything that we needed to. In fact, we probably don't need the gallon jugs here either. This should fill up with water. It should fill up all the way up to 100, theoretically. And we won't need anything else here in order to get that to work. That's awesome. I'm very happy to make sure that that is still working. We actually managed to get the entirety of the proficiency in lockpicking off of this one door alone, which means that's the best thing ever is going to happen now. We no longer need to waste our time using lockpicking on these doors. We get to just pry everything open with the halogen bar at this point. Anything we run into that is inside this house, we just pry open immediately. We no longer worry about trying to lockpick any of this stuff, which is amazing. Now, the reason we got that was because in the future, we'll want to get this done a little bit more quietly, right? So the lockpicking is insanely useful to have, but completely unnecessary inside our house. So there's a level of satisfaction Aiden takes with having been so frustrated that he's been working on this one door for literally 2 days. We can just kind of go on a prying spree now and kind of just rip open these doors and have a moment of feverish looting as we just get a whole bunch of new materials almost immediately. Unsurprising to at least Aiden, there was nothing useful, pretty much at all. We got a little bit of food, but we've already eaten most of it. I am curious about what's behind some of these doors here, though. Someone took the time to barricade this one. Does that mean anything? Usually it means something. There's a little bit of clean water and some tin powder. Ooh, there is a lot of zombies out there right now. Okay, we need to keep an eye on. We knew that there was more zombies to the north, but yeah, there's a couple of downright monsters out there. Yeah, that was boarded up for basically no reason. There was nothing special in there whatsoever. There's a corpse of a dissoluted devourer in one of the houses that we just pried the door open. Aiden looks at that and wonders where the hell that thing came from. There's not a hole in the ceiling above it. How did it get in here? That is a curiosity we may never have the answer to. And in one of these, we just found another motherload of books. These wealthier apartments are honestly one of the nicer places to hit. And with that, Aiden's entire apartment building is finally explored. It's only taken them like 9 days to get this done, but it was worth doing. We got a lot of stuff from this, and with all of these buildings open now, we do basically have like a nearly unlimited supply of materials at our fingertips. I think he's going to take the rest of the day to study, and then early tomorrow morning, we're going to set out again to explore. We have a lot of places that we still want to hit. Just checking on our rain catcher here, we've gotten up to 20 water in our steel drum. I mean, it has been a couple hours. I actually expected this to be a little bit faster, but if we ever find another steel drum or something like this, we actually could set up another rain catcher. Although once one steel drum is full of water, I doubt we're really going to need a second one, to be completely honest. We did just one final check to make sure that we're not carrying anything we don't need to be carrying, and let's head back out. And I think today we're going to try and get all the way down towards this library and gun store. As soon as we step out, we do actually see that, because of Wandering Hordes, Aiden has some new friends. We are going to step up and see about bringing these friends over to the spike boards, which straight up took care of them for us. Ah, that feels so good. Only the untrained, uncultured survivor kills every zombie themselves. Ooh, speaking of, Zen and the art of archery. Aiden's probably not likely going to be an archer. I mean, why shoot a bow whenever you have a gun? But it's another book we can read. And in the distance, we catch a zombie predator. limbs and joints in odd places and angles. This humanoid creature prowls across the landscape with surprising speed, its teeth and arms stretched and sharpened at defined points, and black ooze seeps from its cuts between its muscles. I think that is, where is that? That is above us, north of us. We're not going to worry about it then. We're going to start heading south. And I actually want to turn premonition back on and concentrate on that, because I like the ability to kind of spot things through walls so that we get a little bit less surprised by things. We are going to move through the blocks here, kind of avoid the streets, because the street is just a little bit too open. We want a place to run with Aiden at any moment. Some sort of fight happened here. What is this down here? I think it's just another house. We shouldn't mark off houses that we've not checked the basement of. We do want to see if we can find any antiseptic, because we still don't have very much of that. We could definitely use a lot more antiseptic. There is a basement. I want to pull out the highlighted bar real quick, and I want to check the basement because we're fully fresh right now. I don't see anything immediately. We'll end the concentration on our premonition and use night eyes here. Make sure that we can actually see what's going on down here. We do find a couple zombies right away. Zombie child at the base of the stairs. We use the spear to kind of take swings at it. And it seems to have died or wandered off. Definitely died. Okay. Ooh. That was a little bit of a bad planning there. If that was a different group of zombies, that could have been very bad for us, as we actually opened that door, pried it open in such a way that they were immediately on both sides of us. That was some very, very poor planning. Turn your fists into sledgehammers. That is a unarmed book. I recognize that one. Pretty happy to get an unarmed book. We'll be able to make our brawling a little bit better. And since it is summertime, Aiden is able to very easily just pick berries from everything around him, finding plenty of food out in the wild here. Another basement, another area with basically nothing in it. I don't trust this, so we're going to pick that up real quick. Okay. Sometimes they hide shit. Sometimes things are hidden behind things like dressers and bookshelves and such. So whenever I saw a wall there, Aiden was immediately, instantaneously curious what could be hidden behind something like that. I think we're going to hit the gun store first. We did just hit a library. I'd love to see if we can find some improvements for our gun. Ooh, grabber zombie. Deformed creature that is. We are going to take a step upstairs. Make sure that this area appears clear. And if it is, ooh, bifocal glasses. Those are actually a really good find, because I don't know if you've been noticing, but our eyeglasses are actually slowly breaking. If they did break, we would actually have a little bit of a problem on our hands. Grabber does manage to get a hold of us, but we take it down before anything bad happens. A little bit more of an extensive basement here, but still really not much. There's a reason you check every basement. Every once in a while, we're gonna find some pretty interesting stuff. Actually, this is a ton of food, so we're gonna go ahead and call this one a win. It's probably enough food for at least another day or so, and one dose of super glue, which ironically people in Cataclysm don't know how to use super glue correctly, so whenever they try to use super glue, they just pour the entire thing out. So one dosage of super glue only allows you to do one thing, which is very funny to me. Very funny to me. Where's this gun store? It's south to the right here. We're gonna step out a little bit into this field. I don't like this. I'm gonna step here. Send this guy backwards. And we shouldn't need to hit him with another one. Okay, there we go. Hayden doesn't want to take any hits right now. He's pretty happy with his abilities and is trying to get a little bit better at this whole combat thing, which means that, you know, he's just trying to do a hitless run, right? Ooh, this gun store is actually in full repair. Okay, let's head to the back side of it, as we are suddenly very excited by the prospect of this particular gun store. It has not been looted in the slightest. Oh, and this is a very bad place to be. Let's honestly just back the hell up. Shove that guy against that wall. Shove that one against that wall. I accidentally push the corpse instead of the elf. Getting down a bottleneck hallway like that, that was really, really bad. Mistakes were made. I was expecting the back entrance of the gun store to be back there, but instead what we found was just hell. Could I have climbed up? I could have climbed up. Okay. That's good to know for the future. I know I just said that this is a bad idea, but we're going to check. I just want to check. We're going to get ourselves in trouble doing that. Step around the corner, take a few swings at that zombie runner. It looks like nothing else sees us right now, so I think we're going to use the halide bar and pry open the front door and then close it right away. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. It looks like the display racks are empty. There are some books there, though, so I have some hope. There's a locked gun safe. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it open with our lockpicks. We'll wait a moment for that. Another locked gun safe. Okay, this isn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be. I was kind of hoping... What's a Taurus Spectrum? I'm gonna pick that up. It seems like it's a higher quality pistol than average. Yeah, this isn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. I was hoping with a fully built gun store like this that we were going to find something truly interesting, but it seems like No Hope had a different thing in mind. We do use our lockpicking skill to immediately open up this thing, and inside there is a freaking assault rifle. A G36 assault rifle. It uses 5.56 NATO rounds, so it would be pretty easy to get the ammo for. There's also a Glock submachine gun, bootleg lever action shotgun, and some magazines. I think, can we take this? Yeah, could easily take the assault rifle. I don't know if I care about the Glock SMG because we already have an SMG with the MP5. How quickly we got that open. I have faith that we can get this one open very quickly too. There we go. And there was nothing in it. Now there's a zombie on the other side of that wall. Our premonition ability is helping us out there. It looks like because this is also a shooting range, there's no other way indoors into this building. I'm realizing that this would be a really great base or possibly some sort of like forward outpost. I am a little disappointed that we didn't get much here. I mean, we got this assault rifle, right? And it went into our lifting field, and we also got this nice little Spectrum pistol. But I don't even know if we're even going to use either one of these because the MP5 is just so good for us. One of the things that I'm hoping to find in a gun store is a gun store that also has some sort of ammo forge in it, ammo creation area. I don't know, what would you call that? We're being followed by a zombie runner. Just shove it backwards into the wall real quick. Basic zombies are already starting to become not an issue with Aiden. Some sort of ammo creation area. I've been told that if we get a hand press of some sort, we could actually create our own ammo. We could disassemble other ammo and reassemble it into things that we care about. Just kind of search these shelves super quickly to see if there's anything new for us here. Looks like a lot of books we've already read. Advanced Emergency Care and Arms and Armor of Imperial China. Those are both very useful books to have. We are going to immediately store all three of these books, because I just realized that if we store this Sledgehammer's book, that actually frees up some space in our inventory as well. I think looking at his situation and checking the map markers that Aiden has put down, the last thing we might do is check out this gun store and radio station combination that's to the south of us, because there's something nice about that combination, is that even if we kind of get in trouble on the way to the gun store, we should be able to climb that radio tower and get out of the way of everything very easily. There are several of the undead outside and a feral. There's a hatchet there. Is a hatchet more or less useful? A hatchet is actually slightly more useful than the wood saw we have at home. We'll pick it up for now. It might be one of the first things we drop. Ooh. Okay. Here's something new you may not know. If you have bionics, you need to be very careful about being zapped. Without even thinking, Aiden reached out and touched the creature with his basic pipe spear, and immediately we were shocked by the zapper zombie And there's a chance that if we kept attacking it, it would actually short circuit and damage us with our bionics. So we need to be pretty careful with that kind of stuff. We are far more susceptible to electrical damage than even the average survivor is, which electrical damage is already very dangerous. Okay, we're going to make a break for this building down here. As soon as we get here, we're going to shove that guy away. Take out this fat zombie. Move our way into the kitchen, where it's nice and dark. Nothing really back here, though, so I think we're just going to have to go around the other side. It's one of these fine dining restaurants that are wretched hatchery. Why are there so many of these? Oh, there's actually quite a few zombies out there. I think we're going to fully back up here. I want to get right here. There we go. I just need to angle myself properly to deal with that. To deal with that flesh raptor there, as we do step into the darkness in order to get some advantage on taking these guys out. One of the things that we can do, considering we're using a piercing weapon, and we probably want to always keep piercing and cut weapons, is that we can do one swing at these creatures and cause them to begin bleeding, and then push them back to let them bleed out. A skull zombie. I don't think I've ever seen a skull zombie before. The zombie's head is a hideous gray skull, formed of human bone fragments and some sort of goo. Jagged teeth are visible as the thing works its jaw, and lidless, disturbingly human eyes stare at you from their sockets. The thing's fleshy ears are 4 sizes too large and droop under their own weight. So it's probably some sort of zombie that has incredible listening ability. And as it grabbed us, it actually just immediately tore our long sleeve shirt. What a jerk. We're going to take a step back here, because this thing seems actually fairly... Oh, and there's a pupating zombie. Fairly durable. We're going to shove it into a wall and do it again. Did finally take it down. We're so close. We're so close. I think we're going to just try and push towards it. It does seem like there's a lot of zombies here, though. I don't know if we want to get trapped up in that radio station. It might be better to fall back here. Aiden is happy to experiment, but also is not overconfident. We have been almost killed by so many things, and he's excited to see the wasteland, but that does not mean he's going to just rush in willy-nilly. In fact, I think, yeah, this was a good call. So we're going to stab at this pupating zombie a couple times. As soon as it gets close, we're going to chain shove it against that wall, pulping it against that back wall. And this is starting to get problematic, so we're going to step farther into the darkness here. Take out these 2 guys. Catch our breath. Was the pupating zombie have anything on it? No. I was about to push that guy, but then I realized that he was in a direct line with the firefighter zombie. That would have been useless. I also kind of want them to bleed first, so that whenever we push them back, they take the damage from bashing into the wall, and they have a few moments to continue bleeding out as well. Like that. Which, ooh, actually a full firefighter BBA mask. We're going to take that as well. We'll kind of save on our stamina, and also save on the amount of calories we're burning by using our silent powers. There's that wretched hatchery from before. There's a zombie hunter down there as well. We definitely want to be careful here. What's the range on my noisemaker power now? Very small. Can we use it to attract some zombies real quick? So that we can pull them into the darkness here and deal with them? We do not want that zapper zombie touching us. Take out the tough zombie, and then immediately shove the zapper back, crushing it against the wall. Second verse, same as the first. Just immediately take that guy out. We'll take his... Ooh, there's a stethoscope. I've recently been told that the stethoscopes are a lot more useful than I think they are. You can use them to break into combination safes. Okay. I want to kill that wretched hatchery. But as we start moving towards it, zombie hunter, zombie runner, flesh raptor. Yeah, I think we need to back up a bit here. There's the hunter. Okay, lure it in. Perfect. as it comes in, and immediately stepped into a place where it's going to be in a good position. And in the one moment that we allowed it to attack us, it leapt at us, biting and slashing at us. If we cut into our torso and our arm, it managed to do so much damage so quickly. Holy crap. Okay. We're actually going to back up and bandage our arm real quick, because that freaking hurt. Holy crap. I think I might take some Tremadol. That is going to be the death of us, is pain. One of the reasons why we like the spear so much is because we can last a lot longer than the average survivor as far as HP goes, but we will just run out of pain tolerance at some point. The zombie runner and the flesh raptor at the same time had reached out and sliced at us, cutting us. Those flesh raptors will be especially effective at causing us a lot of pain. We want to get between them and the wall, shove them backwards, and finally take out the wretched hatchery. Put the thing out of its misery. It's a creature that should have never been. Really just want to get to this gun store. But we are going to be careful. We're going to take our time here and make sure that we're approaching with some level of decorum. And as we get close, looks like the gun store is a wreck. That's not what we wanted to see. Okay. So anything seeing us right now, that bloated zombie sees us. Can we put on a gas mask? We do have a gas mask and we can activate it. Okay. It's probably making us incredibly encumbered right now. And I think the gas mask was too damaged, as even though we had it on and we had it activated, as it explodes, we immediately inhale toxic gases, which means we need to back up. The toxic gases, yeah, our strength is now 3. Okay, where can we go? Where can we go? I think we go into the kitchen here. We close these doors. Oh, if we had tried that and it was near other creatures, that would have been incredibly dangerous for us. With that sobering event, I think that Aiden is going to take a moment to breathe, to focus, and to get his pain under control. But with that as well, I think we're going to have to end it here today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode, and if you have, please feel free to leave a like and a comment for any suggestions below. Subscribe if you want to see more Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, or hard video games. And I hope you have a good night. Goodbye.